So the year 2022 is winding down for the global crypto market with the latest news that the disgraced co-founder of FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried, has been arrested and faces some 8 criminal charges from U.S. federal prosecutors. Bankman-Fried, presently in the Bahamas, is awaiting extradition to the United States. American prosecutors said he has been engaging in criminal activity as far back as 2019. Global market strategist and managing partner at Minnis Asset Management, Uchenna Minnis, joins me now to discuss the latest development. Good evening, and great to have you on the show tonight, Uchenna. What do you make of the bank Friedmans' arrest in the Bahamas and those criminal charges filed against him by the US SEC?
Also, thank you for having me. If you get to read out the indictment that have been filed against the former FTS CEO, Friedman, what you would get to realize is what he has just done was run a one-man company. Everything he has gotten in terms of funds, including lenders and customers of FTS, he has just done with it in whatever personal interest he has for it. I mean, we saw him buying real estate properties, even providing campaign funds for the Democratic Party and also some of the Republican parties too. He created a sister hedge fund, really for managing crypto hedge fund, as it were, and those funds were just diverted into this sister company where they were just used in a very, very ridiculous way, if I could use that word. It's just clear, Boston. We've had this conversation a number of times. If the crypto market is not going to be regulated, then this can happen to any of these crypto exchanges, any one of them. And I'm not even holding my words on this. Any one of them can do this. It's just who has the ethical, should I say, platform to decide not to. And that's what we're seeing with this situation, Boston.
But do you think the world of crypto exchanges has been rattled by Bankman-Fried's FTX fiasco? Is anyone bothering about what happens to him? Is he a poster boy right now, as it were, for what not to do within the world of crypto?
I mean, also, at the time, FTX was the second largest crypto exchange, and with what has happened now, it's clear that there's some level or a high degree of dishonesty within the market space, really. And you could see that there's been some sort of pushback. I want to believe that the inflow of funds of customer retail traders we saw in the pandemic era, we can see that's sort of reducing. Liquidity is also drying up in this space. So as you can see, a number of this digital asset have been trading lower for the most part of the year. So there's that lack of trust now starting to build. I mean, people are asking themselves, well, do we necessarily need to leave our monies in these places, or do we just want to go into the market and go out immediately because we're not sure that we can wake up tomorrow morning and be able to have access to our funds? So yes, there's a significant problem with a lack of trust right now in that market space.
So for crypto, Bitcoin, and the entire crypto family investments trading among Nigerians, this FTX collapse, what are you learning, Uchenna, as far as Nigerians are concerned? We have one of the largest trading hub for Bitcoin and cryptos in the world. Do you think anyone in Nigeria is taking note? Is this a warning signal for anyone? Or are folks still binging on crypto, Bitcoin, and other digital money investing?
I mean, even in my personal space, I know a number of people that have been hit hard by FTX. So if I could take random sampling, as I said, of my own personal relationships with people that have been hit by this, there's a lot of not having trust in the system, as it were, as they would have maybe 4-6 months ago, So even if you get any of these traders or investors playing in this space, there is a lot of caution now. When you have that high degree of caution, then you also see some sort of reduction in liquidity and how much people are willing to take risk right now. And that's what we're seeing even with this Nigerian players. There's a number of people that have decided to step back and say, well, I don't think this is for me, or even if I'm going to do this, then I have to be very, very cautious and just limit my risk exposure. And that's what we're seeing, Boston.
But in terms of other assets like the US dollar, for example, are we seeing a shift into that area, considering the currency issues in Nigeria and all of that? Are you seeing that right now?
Yeah, I mean, the dollar is always going to be that. I mean, the world reserve currency, and given the fact that the Federal Reserve has been consistently hiking their interest rate, there's some level of capital inflow into that space, into that currency, and that's what we're seeing, and that just translates to commodities sort of going and trading higher, given the fact that it reduces the purchasing power of investors or traders that are looking to trade this currency or trade these commodities, and also a number of assets that are being priced in US dollar. But that's what we're seeing. The Federal Reserve have highlighted that they will continue to do what they can to curb inflation. Inflation was data was released quite recently, and it actually is looking like everything is slowing down. And that way we're expecting to see the body language of the Federal Reserve to say, well, if they would continue hiking interest rate, or they would slow down, given the fact that they can see a reduction in inflationary pressure with the macroeconomic data.
So the FTX Bankman Friedmans fiasco kind of sort of headlined the crypto market for this year. So what's the outlook for 2023? Tell me.
I mean, from a technical point of view, I mean, if you look at the charts of Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're actually trading as significant, what we call a support area right now. And if we get this support area to break, I believe we would see even a fresh downward pressure in these digital assets, and that is not going to look good for a number of people that have significant holdings in this space. So if you see the combination of lack of trust that's coming up, given the fact that the FTX fiasco, and now you're seeing the Federal Reserve increasing their interest rate, that's drawing up some liquidity into the system. And that lack of trust, really, from retail investors, which were major pivotal players in the last 1 to 2 years from the pandemic era, I don't see a significant upside, really, going into 2023 for crypto assets. I don't see it, in my own opinion, Boston.
You think 2023 will be the year of stronger regulation for crypto's crypto market?
I mean, it's the question they need to answer now. I mean, you want your crypto assets to be decentralized. However, with decentralization, when you have bad players, like what we're seeing with the FTS fiasco, things can really go wrong. And that is a significant question, whereby the regulators are saying, well, you can't operate until we decide, until we know that we can regulate and know that the funds of customers and stakeholders are quite safe. And that's it. And that question would really need to be asked again going into the new year.
Safety questions to be answered. We have enough time on our hands to do all of that. Thank you so much for those insights on the global marketplace. Thank you so much, Uchenna, Minnis, global market strategist and managing partner at Minnis Asset Management. Have a great evening and see you next time.